Many years ago, around 1990, I was a race car driver. I ran short tracks of NASCAR way back in the day, and my uncle was really big into photography, and he loved it. He would take pictures and do whatever, and we'd take pictures of the car for sponsorships and this and that. And I was really intrigued. I would really watch him take the photos, and they'd come out and be that was really cool, you know. So after seeing that, around '94, I'd bought my own camera, and it was a K1000, all film. They didn't have digital back then. You couldn't see what you had. You had to figure it out. And then I started dating someone who wanted to be a model. And I used her as the, my muse, taking pictures and, use it. It was great. And I learned and she learned, and it was a great thing. And, she went on, and of course we split up and, did our things. But I learned photography, and at its basic roots. Well, then out of nowhere, I just, I think I want to do this as a career. I'd like to become a photographer. I'll tell you, this is something I still do today, every single day, every photo I take. Once I take a photo and I look at it, I don't go, what do I like about this? It's just the opposite. I look at it, what do I hate about this photo? How can I make that better? And if you have that mentality, how can I make this better? How can this be adjusted? What can I do before I leave this spot to leave with a win? I'll do it, no matter what it is. And I will rearrange a whole room if I have to, if one thing's out of place. Take the time to make it better. In 2 weeks, you'll never remember changing that room around, but you will remember how great that photo is. And everyone who sees online sees that photo, oh, they did a good job. And that your phone blows up. In today's digital world, you take, you got or didn't get. Retake, 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 retake. It's super easy. Boom, 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 boom. I know exactly what I got. In the film days, you didn't know what you had. You had a little guide in the side that said your light meter is in this range, and that's about all you had, except for what you had in your head. You knew kind of the rules of photography. Today, people just run a dial and go, or just run it up. In film days, you didn't know until you processed it out. So you took the time to slow down. You were very cautious before you hit a button. Now it's bam, 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 or they pull out their cell phone, boom, 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 boom. No, it was very, you were on purpose. You did things for a reason. Every movement had a reason for that movement. You didn't do anything unless it helped the photo. A photographer needs to be a photographer. What I pick up on a shoot of a senior photo shoot literally helps me at a sporting event, at a Reds game. Because when I've got someone posing, I'm telling them how to pose, whatever. I'm learning these angles. I'm learning how to bokeh the background, make the background blurry, make this pop, learning what I need to do during this photo shoot. Now when I go to a Reds game and I see Joey Votto sitting there and he's got this stoic look, well, now I know how to set my camera to give this pop where he has a portrait look. I'm at a sporting event. You're wanting more in focus, you're wanting this or that. But no, I learned that sometimes that creative side comes out and you learn from it. Every shot that's on my wall, there's a Cash Daniels and a Lynn Bowden, and this over here with Kenny Anderson when I was in like kindergarten. These, I didn't take these, and I did not take those two. Those were at a signing, but all the Major League Baseball, all the NFL, all these Derby photos, I took them all. It's I am beyond blessed. If you can see on the wall, those are lanyards. And a lot of the lanyards are yearly lanyards. That is my biggest trophy, is the lanyards. All these here, they mean so much to me. You're not going to buy that access. You have to earn it. I put the blood, sweat, and tears. Like I said, I grew up poor. I didn't grow up with money. So buying camera equipment meant that I put $10 aside. I put $20 aside. I put $40 aside, and almost had to hide it from my wife, and then buy a camera that was used and half broken, so I can shoot something. This literally happened. I shot a high school game and posted it. Someone from a magazine said, "Hey, we have a spot open at a UK game. Would you shoot this? I love your high school game." I shot one high school game. That's all I'd ever shot, but I didn't do a bad job because I learned at a middle school game how to shoot it. Did one high school game, bam, I was at a UK football. And I was like, wow, this does not happen. It just doesn't happen. And I shot it. I shot one season of UK football. I was shooting NFL. I'm now standing in the tunnel, with all these ball players. And our own Hannah from Georgetown become a Bengals cheerleader. And us running into each other at a Bengals game was really cool. So it's small world. Georgetown has a nice niche of a lot of, talented people. The progression is the key. Very few people are going to start off shooting NFL. They'll see like, oh my gosh, you just shot, a whole season of NFL and you got all these great shots. I didn't start in the NFL. I started in the middle school. To learn to shoot great pictures from concerts, I went to a play. Plays are really slow. They're not moving so fast, but the lighting is very similar to a concert. Spotlighting, this and that. And I learned from a play, just a high school play at Scott County. I went and shot it. And then when I went to the next music event, I pretty much knew what I needed to do. I knew where my settings needed to be. I knew where I needed to be standing. I knew how the lighting was going to hit the person on the face. I knew how it was going to, as it would, project on the face, how it would fall off, and how the shadowing and everything would fall. And all that stuff means so much. And like you said, the progression. You learn from the small stuff, you'll get to the big stuff, and it'll work. 2 years ago, I was diagnosed with stomach cancer, and it wrapped the whole lining of my stomach. So we had to do a total gastrectomy, which means I don't have a stomach at all. It's not like you've seen the bypasses. Like a lot of people have a stomach bypass. So they'll cut half your stomach off, or they'll do a sleeve, or they'll do gastric bypass. It's more than that. It goes esophagus, small intestine. There's nothing in there. They just gutted it. So eating is a little different. I can never have sugar again. I can never have any kind of carbonation ever. There's a lot of things I can't have. So with having a total gastrectomy, it was a total change of life. You're only eating this much at a time because there's nowhere for it to go. It just goes into your intestines, and you just got to eat about every 2 or 3 hours. They found out that in the peritoneal, which is a bag around your intestines, there's a lot of fluid. And this fluid was crushing my intestines. And we would do a CT scan and couldn't find any cancer. There's no nugget of cancer. There's no mass or ball of cancer anywhere. But when they would drain this fluid, they'd stick a big old needle in your stomach, and they drain the fluid out, and they just pumps out. All of that fluid is full of cancer. So you have cancer just laying all over your organs, which is not something you want. That's actually very, very bad. People write me a lot. They get cancer, they get this, they feel alone. They feel like they're the only ones who have it. They feel like, why me? Why did this hit me? And this is something that I hope I can distill in others. Um, we're all fighting. You're not alone. There's so many others out here who are right there with you. especially in the silly season near Christmas and Thanksgiving and all this. You see everybody eating good food, and you're over here purging because you got cancer and you've got chemo, and it hurts really bad. It's no joke. I mean, it really is a lot of pain, and it'll bring you to your knees. I dropped to my knees and just prayed to God, give me a platform. I will be a testimony for everybody. I'm on chemo, heavy chemo, and I have now an immunotherapy. That's a trial that seems to be working great. I had to be drained 2 or 3 times, and once they drained that out, it had strong cancer in it every single time. So now with the immunotherapy that I'm getting, this new treatment, and the chemo, this fluid is not reproducing. So I'm actually becoming better. My weight went all the way down to 120. And that's, I was just a couple years ago, 300 pounds, or right at 300 pounds. And now I'm at 120 pounds. Same guy, you know what I mean? Just, it's a total different world. So now I'm up to 132 pounds, and every pound means everything. Trying everything I can. I need that weight for the chemo to be able to give me more chemo, to give me more, everything to try to help. And I promise you, I pray every single day for healing. And I know that's helping. I just know it. The better I get, the longer my prognosis is of survival, the more people are going to see me and see how positive I am at this. Because I'm not letting it down. I'm not going to cry. I'm not going to sit down. I'm not going to go lay in bed. As we speak right now, I'm in heavy pain. My stomach is cramped up. It's as tight as it can get right now. I'm going to smile. I'm going to be happy. I'm going to push through this. Every day is a blessing. I literally wake up. Thank you, God, for another day. Thank you for this. I need this. And I hope I can bless someone else with my story, with, when you're given such a short prognosis to live, and you turn right around and, now they're saying I could have 18 months to live. That's, telling my little girls bye one day, and then the very next, 2 or 3 months later, I got more than a year to live is what they're saying. It's going the right way. And not everybody's going to have this positive outlook or have a positive thing. Sometimes things go south, right? And we have to just deal with what we have to deal with. But keep an upbeat, keep your chest up. And I think a lot of that mental attitude, if you keep up a positive mental attitude on everything you do, it'll definitely work. Look at me, I'm a smiling example of this. So photography definitely has helped me. And here's 2 reasons why photography has helped me in this. One, where I've taken so many photos, I've shot for the NFL, Major League Baseball, I've gained a really strong following. When I say, hey, I've got cancer, hey, I'm not doing well, hey, I'm in a wheelchair, hey, I'm this. The overwhelming text, the night that I posted, I have cancer again, it's not good. And that's pretty much my post. I have cancer, it's not good. I just left the doctor and he said, you have a very short time to live. So I had to be very frank. It's not good. I had 600 texts that night. I answered all 600 texts in one night. And that night, answering those texts took a lot of the woe is me or sad me to writing people back, thank you. Thank you for your prayers. I need more prayers. Keep praying for me. Don't stop. I need this. I called my pastor that night and to hear his positive, you will beat this. You have it in you to beat this. And to know that these 600 people are go Mike, team Mike, dude, that's the greatest thing ever. And I'll tell you one thing photography has done is the next shoot that I did. I was at the horse park and I was shooting, and I had no clue who this person was, and they were like, "Team Mike," yelled out, and that's all I needed to hear. And I was having a rough day, like it was a bad day. I was hurting real bad, but I had a photo shoot I had to get done with, and to hear that yell out was such a big thing, and that was great. Right now, I can't work. My legs are shot. I'm in a wheelchair. I am not begging for any kind of money. It has been very successful. It has done. I'm. I was expecting a couple dollars. Really honestly, I was expecting maybe $300-400. It has really done very well. It has allowed me now to help pay my copays, help pay all my everything that's come at me. It has made sure I have that. July 22nd, I opened the studio, put every ounce of money in it, and then turned right around September 1st. You have cancer and you can no longer work again, and you are done. And right now I can't walk more than a few. If I don't know if you all saw the emotional walk across the field with my daughter. Um, I got out of a wheelchair and walked across, and it made Scott County football field just bawl in tears. Grown men were wiping their face, and it was everything I had not to cry too. It was a beautiful moment, but that GoFundMe has saved us. That has truly, truly saved us. I don't know how we was going to afford it. To be honest with you, I just didn't know, and it has helped us immensely. With what I'm going through, with this cancer, with everything that has hit me hard, um, know that I'm never going to give up. First off, the people who are cheering for me, please keep cheering. You don't understand how thankful I am. I have a friend. She is older than I am. She goes to wherever she goes, buys me a card once a week, writes her feelings on there about what's going on, and mails it to me. Or every now and then she'll even drop it off at the door, ding dong, and run. And it's just sitting there, and it's a card. And it just, everything she writes in there, her taking the time to go get a card, to write something so profound in there. And it's sometimes, one or two times, it was so simple as, "You've got this," in big bold letters. "I know you'll never give up." Man, I was having a rough day. And she's right. I'm never giving up. It was great. And just the fact that I can, look at others. I want them to look at me. I want them to see that I'm not giving up. I made a little bracelet here. Never give up. I'm probably here. You can see it there. And we made the little Mike Cyrus strong. You got to do those, right? But the never give up. I don't care what you're doing. I don't care if it's cancer. I don't care if it's photography. I don't care if it's taking care of your kids. Never give up. Always push. Always try to be better. We're all flawed, you know. I pray to God every day to be a better person. And I hope that tomorrow I'm a better person. Because I know yesterday I failed at least 10 times, so tomorrow I want to be a better day. Not just feeling better or whatever, but I want to be a better person. I want to be the best I can be. And we all fail. And I just want to grow. Never give up.